Alright, Title 40, 1033, 245, Deterioration Factors. Establish deterioration factor of each pollutant will determine whether the locomotive will meet the emission standard of each pollutant throughout the useful life of the described in 1033, 240, determine deterioration factor described in the section either the engineering analysis pre-existing test data of the new emission or measurement of the deterioration factors and the reflect with the deterioration expected as a result of the during useful life of locomotive maintained specified in the 1033, 125 of the perform durable testing maintenance that you may perform with the emission. The data locomotive with the limit of the maintenance described in the 1033, 125 may cross deterioration factor the only one engine family, another consistent with good engineering judgment. Deterioration factors must take into account with available data of the use of the testing similar with locomotive with consistent good judgment, engineering judgment. For example, it would not be consistent with the good engineering judgment that due deterioration factor predict the emission increase over the useful life of the locomotive engine similarly significantly less than the emission increase over the useful life of the observer than the use of the testing similar locomotive apply the deterioration factors foul. One additive deterioration factor for the exhaust emission expect with the specified in paragraph B2 of this section, either the additive deterioration factor for the exhaust emission, the additive deterioration factor for the pollutant, the difference between exhaust emission at the end of the useful life of the exhaust emission at the lower hour test point. Within this case, the initial emission result for each of the test locomotive is like the test point with the adding factor of the measured emission, deteriorated emission level to increase in 10 with the represent of the highest emission level during the useful life of the factor with less than zero. Use zero additive deterioration factors must be specified one or more decimal place with the applicable standards. 2. Multiplicative deterioration factor for the exhaust emission for the multiplicative deterioration factor for the good engineering judgment call for the deterioration factor for the pollutant to be the ratio of the exhaust emission at the end of the useful life of the exhaust emission and the low hour test point. For example, the use of the after treatment technology with control emission pollutant proportional to the engine out of the emission appropriate use of the multiplicative deterioration factor adjust the official emission result for each for the locomotive test point with the multiplying measured emission deterioration factor deterioration emission level to contend with the representative of the highest emission level during the useful life with less than the factor of less than 1 and we'll use 1 multiplication deterioration factor may not be appropriate in case of the testing variability evidence significant greater than locomotive comparable multiplicative deterioration factor that must be specified one more significant feature for the applicable standard. Solve 2 for the other nonlinear deterioration patterns. Deterioration factors described in the paragraph B1 and 2 of the section assume the highest all useful life of emissions that can either occur at the end of useful life or at low hour test point with a provision in paragraph B3 of the apply where the good engineering judgment indicates the highest emission for the useful life will occur between the 2 points. For example, the emission increase the service accumulation to the certain maintenance step that's performed return the low hour emission and level to begin with increasing again with the deterioration factor for the locomotive such emission patterns on the difference between the ratio of the point at which the highest emissions occur in the lower hour test of the point with note that apply with the maintenance related with deterioration only would allow such critical emission related maintenance. Alright, 4. Dual fuel, flexible fuel engines. In case dual fuel and flexible fuel locomotives apply the deterioration factor separately with each fuel type, the measuring emission with each fuel type, each of the test run with accumulated service hours of single emission data engine using the type of the fuel with the fuel mixture expected to have the highest combustion exhaust temperature. They may ask you to prove the different fuel mixture the demonstrate the differential criterion is more appropriate. 5. Deterioration factor for the crankcase emission. If the engine vents crankcase emissions due to the exhaust of the atmosphere, the must account with the crankcase emission deterioration. Using good engineering judgment may use the separate deterioration factor for the crankcase emission for each of the pollutant and each of the multiplicative additives. Include the effect of the combined deterioration factor, but include the exhaust of the crankcase emission together, or each pollutant with the deterioration factor for the smokes are always additive. If your locomotive with the vents crankcase emission with the exhaust due to the atmosphere, you must account with the crankcase deterioration, even the good engineering judgment, even the separate deterioration factor of the crankcase emission that each of the pollutant either multiplicative or additive, they include the effect of the combined deterioration factors that include exhaust and crankcase emission together, or each pollutant. He included the information in the applicant for certification if they determine the deterioration factor based for the test data with a different engine family. They explain with the appropriate include all the emission measurements that if you basically with the deterioration factor determine the deterioration factor based on the engineering analysis explain why this is appropriately included in the statement that all data analysis evaluation of the information either are used available for our review upon request. If you use the testing determine the deterioration factor describe the form and extent of the service accumulation include rational selecting service accumulation period with the method of the accused accumulate hours.